can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What people do eat no money, what people at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the your little rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste and bust a man to statue. Say me like a cashew, but bigger than a figure you. Take the spit of money, girl, and say that it's not you. On the head, the man above end up, him a got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the giver. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. We already promise it, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our river. Member bold honey and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a mark it like Satan out of hell. Go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't.
Good evening. Sorry about that. Thank you for joining us. Newly minted and inexperienced and qualified is the Favour Williams. The Prime Minister has thrown the meat on the bone. 1 second, my screen over TikTok just a flicker. I don't understand. I have no idea why it is behaving like that. If it's too irritating for viewers, I will stop it. But there's just one huge flickering on the screen, and I have no idea what is causing this shenanigan. Good evening and welcome, my people. The Prime Minister threw meat on the bone. The Prime Minister threw old clothes in a barrel. And so on and so forth and such like. So on, so forth and such like is what the Prime Minister threw at us today. But I have a problem. I have a question to ask the Prime Minister tonight, which I don't think he think I would be asking that question. But I'm going to ask it further on in the program anyway. I don't think you want to hear any of Andrew's gibberish today. He spoke somewhat. He called some by-elections, 6th of November nomination, 22nd, I believe, by-election in St. Thomas, Clarendon, South Trelawney, and of course, Nigel Clark's seat. But we will get there, won't we? On a good note, I want to say happy 14th birthday to Caden this evening. Caden is a son of a good friend on the platform. Continue to make your parents proud. Continue to score them goals and collect more of those trophies. Continue on your journey. This will take you somewhere. Once again, happy birthday, Caden, from your dad, your mom, your sister, and your entire family. I have no idea why my screen overflick. TikTok is just flicking. I really don't know. I don't know seminar tutu used to over TikTok, but it just a fumble double in front of me and a play with me. Prime Minister. The Prime Minister spoke a truth today, which may not hear nobody big up the Prime Minister over, but I'm going to take the time tonight to big up the Prime Minister. I hope uno over TikTok. We always I say we bad mind and this and that. I'm going to big up Andrew tonight for telling the truth. What is the truth? You will hear in a bit. But the Prime Minister told the truth today. And I will explain to you why a part of his truth does not matter. Somebody is messing with your live. Okay, I don't even know what's going on over TikTok. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good evening, Arlene Foster, Debbie Jervis TV, Gloria Morris, The Unstoppable One, Marcia Thomas, Donette Harriet, Sharon Bernard, Brenda Elson, Norman Ferguson, Empress Deb, Colin, Dorothy Elliott, Carlene Jones, Rosemary Samuels, Violet Watson, Monica Wills, Dolores Logan, Evan Riley, June Plum 26, Bros, Verna Adams, Carlene Jones, Christine Gilbert, Marcia Gray, Doloresia Ward, good evening, Michael Nepper, Christopher. Good evening, and welcome the newly minted and experienced Faisal. All right. The Prime Minister spoke a truth. Let's get the Prime Minister's truth out the way. The Prime Minister was asked a few good questions today, but one of the questions he was asked was by Mahir Stewart from Nationwide as to what bring him to make the decision of giving that post the ministry to Faisal and put Dana over Ministry of Education, Marcia Gale. The Prime Minister said, I took that decision about 5 minutes ago. I'm taking the Prime Minister serious on that. The Prime Minister then went on to say, I'm not one of those who believe that one should be given a government post based on their resume or qualification. The Prime Minister has never spoke more truth than that, because it's the very way how this Prime Minister appoints his cabinet. All you have to do is to become a disciple of the Prime Minister's economic policy, he says. All you have to do is to become a disciple of the Prime Minister's economic what's in rather rounds. We must celebrate the Prime Minister for telling the truth. I mean, we come out here and we drag him down every day for lying. The Prime Minister spoke a truth today. I mean, doesn't nobody run with it. I want to have up the Prime Minister. Nobody no one talks to the Prime Minister say we'll shut our damn eyes and run this country down. We will shut our eyes and we will run this country down. I want to pause a bit to say thank you to Violet, Eugene, Abenasa Cody, Raymond, for your donation towards assisting repurchasing our StreamYard broadcasting package. Thank you all very much for your support. We're targeting £600. So far, we're at £300 already. We are halfway there. If you want to assist, the link is in the top of the chat where you can give your support. The Easy Jerk World. Wagwan, bro. When the Prime Minister talks truth, we must make it known that the Prime Minister talks truth. Because we've known that, Prime Minister. It was good to hear it coming from the mouth of the Prime Minister. Your experience and your qualification does not matter to me. As long, says the Prime Minister, you are a good disciple. That's the measure by which you are assigned to the cabinet. I mean, it has been shown, Andrew, from the last 8 years, the disciplish behavior of appointing cabinet. I mean, you gave Everett Warmington cabinet position. You gave Marlene Muller, who fought, 2 cabinet position, and she still doesn't understand even the simplest one of them. Delroy Chuck, as much as he's a lawyer, dunce as bat. Nigel Clark was just put there to train how to fuck up the Jamaica economy and then move on to fuck up third world economy. Nestor Morgan was just there to grin at us. Dana Morris-Dixon come there to grin at us. Dr. Harris Chang, no they were him fide. Tufton, no they were him fide. Ed Bartlett, no they were him fide. Juliet shouldn't have been anywhere at all, Prime Minister. So when you speak truth, if you come out, you come talk, say, a truth you talk. Because it's really how your cabinet is elected. Now let me support the Prime Minister halfway through this. It is, and the Prime Minister went on to, there was another question asked by a Gleaner reporter as to, there was argument, Prime Minister, that you were going to take this post. That question kind of made the Prime Minister go edgy and disgruntled. Because the Prime Minister then went on to talk, how me a minister look at them too, and every minister report to me, and it is my prerogative to take over any ministry when me want, all the hit belong to me, says the Prime Minister. Pretty much hyperbole, but pretty much what the Prime Minister was saying. All of it belonged to him. The Westminster democracy, Prime Minister, is quite much different to the American system of governance. in the American system of governance, you really don't get the chance for prime minister, for the president to pick a pile of dunce and lodge them on the country and say, do what you will. Even Donald Trump couldn't do that. The reason why you have to choose qualified people for a position they're going for, or people with experience within that position you're putting them, is because when you put them in front of Congress to vet them before they've been appointed to the post, you can't put dummy and novice in front of Congress because they're going to be grilled of their understanding and their independence in the job. But however, in the Westminster system, it's more about your friends and who supports you. But on the other hand, there are some positions within the Westminster democracy that you appoint with qualification and experience, such as the Ministry of Finance. It ought to be so, particularly for that department, because the person who's running the country's money and the books of the country must understand it. You wouldn't want to take up a country, give people like Wayne to run, knowing say Wayne can't count past 11. So this is where, Prime Minister, you're having a lot of these failures because say you're putting people in position where they're not qualified to be in. So you spoke a truth there, so, but your own truth, Prime Minister, is your own incompetency, your own narcissistic controlling behavior, where everybody must bow down to Andrew Holness in order to get a job in government. Let's look at how either, let's brush aside now that it is not the issue that you can't find nobody to give cabinet position to. Let's broaden it out a bit, that because you're not expanding your cabinet, you're conundruming up and drumming up your cabinet. Is it that there isn't enough disciples there, Prime Minister? And the reason why I ask this question, the old clothes of Parliament, the old barrel, because when she come there, she come there to deal with skill and transformation. Nesta gone, you shove information along our way. We say, all right, make she go along with that one there. But then, Prime Minister, you shove education along Dana's path today, Prime Minister. And this got me gruntled. The Department of Education, given that we have a shaky, nervous hands coming off it, I would rather think, Prime Minister, putting a safe hands on education, one that can focus on the portfolio of education, Prime Minister, but should have digital transformation, should have information, should have skills. Where else is Dana going, Prime Minister? Would you like to inform us, Prime Minister, as to where Dana might be going next? Who are going to drop off ahead, Prime Minister, and drop on Dana's shoulders next? Who is going to drop off your head, Prime Minister, and drop onto Dana Morris-Dixon's shoulder? Because Dana Morris-Dixon just come and pile up the job, them and pack them up one so. Because it's not about qualification, the Prime Minister says. All you have to do, all you have to do, Prime Minister, Dana Dixon, is be a disciple, and we can give you all you want. You can give you all you want. All you want, Dana Dixon. Anything drop off of anybody's head, Dana, drop on your shoulder. But Prime Minister Wallopsy think me I got ask him much about Clark Anarchy. No man, we not ask about Nigel. There's other issues.
That they offer that make my website
Hold on there. There are other issues, Prime Minister. And I want to take you back to, and I'm not going to call it resignation. I'm going to take you back to the sacking of Marsha Smith. Do you want to tell the nation why Marsha Smith was sacked? Because that was a dismissal, you know, Prime Minister. That wasn't just a running belly resignation. More and more, it's looking like that was a dismissal. What could Marsha have done to be dismissed from the cabinet, just like from Parliament and from the cabinet, just like that? But then again, it's a Dolly House thing, and we will get to the Dolly House-ism. The reason why I'm questioning Marsha Smith, Prime Minister, you take out Marsha this evening, then you come tomorrow, come announce to us, say, oh, if we did get for telling Matthew Samuda resigned last week, and because Matthew Samuda resigned and Marsha's seat become vacant, we're having a by-election. We were swirling and twirling around all over the place. I wonder what that political move means. Is it politically expedient for the Prime Minister? What is it? I honestly was waiting at some point for Matthew Samuda to be appointed as the finance minister, given that him have to appoint a finance minister from within the House of Representatives, Cousin Myrna Wagwan. The question now, though, Prime Minister, the fact that Matthew Samuda has waddled his way into the House of Representatives, and he has been given back the same role he was doing in the Senate, Prime Minister. Help us to understand what was the problem with Marsha Smith. Why Marsha Smith couldn't have served out another year and Matthew Samuda contest the seat at the next general election. That move, that sudden move, Marsha out today, Samuda in tomorrow. It's still not making sense, Prime Minister. So come out and tell us what happened while Marsha was sacked. Is Marsha under one of the illicit probe? Is Marsha in any legal problems in any other country outside of Jamaica? Because it don't make sense. The political move you made with Matthew Samuda, Prime Minister, doesn't make sense. And to date, it's still not making sense. Them rapid move there. Because when you did that, Prime Minister, a lot of us were saying, is he making way for a new finance minister? It was just all over the place. But to see you appoint Matthew Samuda back with a no portfolio as he was doing in Ministry of Economic Growth and what's it or other you want to call it. Marshall was fired. The country needs to know why a junior cabinet minister was asked to leave government and the parliament with immediate effect. Smoother at finance wouldn't be a bigger suicide than Favor. What Andrew means is what Andrew means. Posts like those don't have to be run by qualified people, is what the Prime Minister says. All you need is to be a disciple to the Prime Minister, economic, whatever him call it. So the Prime Minister might well pick up any, because Favor isn't experienced. The fact that the Prime Minister said Favor run a business, Favor work in the ministry temporarily as a junior minister or whatever, doesn't make Favor qualify. It really doesn't make Favor qualify. As we said it before, whoever will be running the Ministry of Finance, and you heard the Prime Minister said it today, will be under the direction of Alak Jean. The Prime Minister's what's him call it? What's it or other advisor will be over the finance ministry, running it with Favor, the paper girl, just posing at the front. It's not a cabinet reshuffle, Prime Minister. When you, Prime Minister, all right, let's say you promoted Favor, you couldn't find nobody else. What happened to our Kalis Currency Morrison, who claims that they're a teacher or whatever? You mean say no other disciple not there where you couldn't give Department of Education to? You give Department of Education to a woman will come out and a grin after we every Wednesday with a full hand and we beat and teach there. A woman will come grin after we every Wednesday with a full hand. What is then a qualification for run the Ministry of Education? As per the Prime Minister, she don't have to have any qualification. She just need to be a disciple of the Andrew Holness regime. As long as you're a disciple, you will get what you want. As long as you will get what you want. The fact that one has a degree in a subject doesn't make them qualified for a position. The fact that Favor may have work over there temporary doesn't make her qualify. In this case, the finance minister, the junior minister that has been working with Nigel, from Nigel appointed, would have more experience than Favor. If Favor cannot understand over education, she not go understand over economy. It's a much bigger plate to go around. It's a much bigger plate to go around. The Prime Minister knew Favor is not qualified for that area. It is why the Prime Minister come tell we say, your qualification and your resume don't really matter. All you have to do, be a disciple, and you will certainly get a job. It is not a way that you want to run a country that you would get results from, or positive results, or the result that you hope for or the result that will benefit the people. The Prime Minister just saying, I have to have somebody in this position. I have Alak Jean, who is my advisor. He's very good in the economic and finance area. So therefore, he can run the department with anybody there standing behind him. Because Faval is not the one that's going to run the department. The Prime Minister advisor, Alak Jean, is the one who will be running the Ministry of Finance. This is when a government pick up a bunch of dunce, people who are not qualified for more than serve tea and water, and give them powerful positions of government to make decisions. Can Dana really take on more? Should Dana Dixon be given the education portfolio? If it was necessary, look there are 4 portfolio Dana have, yes sir. No? Ministry of Education is one. Then the Ministry of Information is another. She came in with 2 portfolios, skills and digital transformation. But now the Prime Minister is saying, you know what? Just let's shove education over there, give her. Education is it's too much a bigger position for your lump with over this. So how does Dana become qualified to run the education ministry? The Prime Minister doesn't say, and the Prime Minister cannot say. But the Prime Minister said this qualification does not matter. Dean just like whoa, murder. Now leave me alone before I go off on a tangent tonight. Bring back Worrell Reed, I would say. Bring Worrell Reed back. Put him over the Senate and put him over Ministry of Education. It wouldn't make a blind difference. It wouldn't make a blind difference. Bring back Worrell Reed. I don't see a problem if Worrell Reed come back to run the Ministry of Education. Wait till we get to Dalrymple. Wait till we get to Dalrymple. Dana is not qualified for this post. And the country's failing education sector shouldn't just be thrown on Dana Dixon's dungle heap. The dungle heap I get too tall now, taller than Dana. Look worse than the hair where Dana have on her head, Prime Minister. You mean to say nobody else among the bunch of thieves you have? Because at the moment in a Prime Minister, you're one cabinet member down. You're also one member down in the Senate as well. Because you're just pushing around and chop changing. What? You're going to put Worrell Reed over Senate? Or if Dalrymple get battered by Paul Patmore, you're going to put Dalrymple over the Senate? Or is it Marshall? Which is it, Prime Minister? Because there's a vacant seat in the Senate at the moment. There's a vacant seat in the Senate at the moment, Prime Minister. What do you hope to do with that vacant seat? What do you hope to do with that vacant seat? Because nothing where I do, not making sense. You got a vacant seat in the Senate. You got a vacant cabinet position, which you take the person from over ministry, put over from over education, put over finance. Why didn't you promote one of your backbenchers, Andrew, to the Ministry of Education, whether it be Rhoda, Carencia, any one of your girlfriend where you lay down pan in a parliament? You might well put them at the Ministry of Education. But rather, Prime Minister, what you did, you throw it pan the old dongle heap. And because the dongle heap, I look something, because she's a Nigel inspire her for coming up politics. I don't know Diana. You just take it up and throw up on dongle heap, so. And dongle heap now say it full. What this has proven, Dana Dixon, is that you're a very, very good disciple to the Prime Minister. Because Prime Minister Wallop says, what is required of you is that you become a disciple. A disciple, as long as you turn disciple, you will get one of Andrew Holness's position. I wonder if I can join the Labour Party with my... No, the nursing certificate don't work. You have to play the disciple game. So, anybody wants to have a goal in government, it is quite easy at the moment. You don't need any qualification. All it is, you just need to be a good disciple of Andrew Holness, economic brouhaha, and you will be certainly land a job in the Prime Minister's cabinet. Tascom, the little boy here. As I said, Matthew Samoda and the whole Marsha Summit Galangin, it don't make no sense. And I hope other people would be asking the Prime Minister to explain what happened why Marsha Summit was sacked with immediate effect. What kind of political play is that? Because it still isn't making any sense. It still isn't making any sense. Because she could well stay there and finish out her time. Thank you very much, Kathy. Thank you. She could stay there and finish out her time, and Matthew Samoda comes in at the next general election. What is happening, Prime Minister? It's not making sense. The fact that you couldn't pull out somebody new, put at the Ministry of Education, you have to lump the Ministry of Education to somebody who have 3 other portfolio already. Skills and transformation and information. And you still see the need to pass education and to that person. You say qualification don't matter. But what about handful Prime Minister? What about overrun Prime Minister? All right, you don't need any qualification to run the Department of Education. Don't you think it's a stretch too far, though, Prime Minister? Given one person 4 portfolio. This is 4 portfolio. Even though you hold the portfolio for the others, the information. But the education department is a portfolio department. So which part Dana Dixon are going to spend more of our time? within the office of the Prime Minister or at the Ministry of Education? Prime Minister, you have an overwhelming majority. You mean say from the pack of wolves among you, you couldn't find a new education minister to appoint the role to make sure there's a safe pair of hands over there? There's somebody over there who is focusing on education, focusing on reviving and rebuilding a broken education sector. But rather no, the Prime Minister said, look here, anybody that will help me push this boat, we don't care where the boat will ends up. All I need is help to push the boat. The boat is not being steered, Prime Minister. There's a difference in pushing a boat and steering a boat. What you are doing, Prime Minister, is rather pushing it than steering it. And because I push, push it, it could jolly well end up anywhere, Prime Minister. Doesn't necessarily have a direction, isn't necessarily going anywhere, but with the pushing and shoving will certainly get somewhere. Doesn't necessarily mean the intended direction where you never intend to go for time because you never steer it. Our country has become a push and shove. Do you have hands to take on a bit more, Dana? Oh yes, Prime Minister, because I hope Babsy give me the seat. Like seriously, Dana? You think you can manage punish down bad man them? Or you plan to rough it up like Babsy? It's not making sense. It is not making sense. So if the Prime Minister think today was a cabinet reshuffle, no, Prime Minister, you just squeeze up the figurine and pan the brake front. If you think, Prime Minister, today was a cabinet reshuffle, all you did was squeeze up the figurine them, pan the brake front. That's all. It's not a cabinet reshuffle, Prime Minister, when you cannot even find anybody new in your huge majority to bring into a new position of government. Nobody. Why you never give Horace Chang education to run? Marcia Dalrymple Filbert, the crook, the pickpocketed Speaker of the House, is back. By popular demand, the Prime Minister says. When I said the day before, the Prime Minister sent 15 people with placard go demonstrate. We want Morris. Yeah. We want Morris. And the next day, Marissa Dalrymple Filbert was back by popular demand. The goat thieves return with the goat blood on its hands, isn't it, Marissa Dalrymple Filbert? Is Marissa not still in front of the court? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Marissa Dalrymple Filbert not in front of the court? Carl Paul, how you do? Larkland, Renice Nichols. Is Marissa Dalrymple Filbert not still in front of the court fighting over stolen legacy? Michael says yes. If that is the case, and remember, Kim Lawrence Brown She contested local government election and is a councillor. The Kim West said them I got tired to see me face. Bring back Worrell Reed. It would make a difference, innit? Even the ones there now are looting and shooting the public purse. Nigel Clark has looted and shooted the public purse, and she just walk off. Brown Lawrence. In just walk off, just like that. Running money to him foundation and all sort, while the Prime Minister run for him there, sir, and all sort. This government is a government of scammers. Bring back Worrell Reed, because if Morris-Dixon Filbert, the thief, if Morris-Dixon Filbert, the thief, can come back to our parliament while in front of the court fighting over the stolen legacy that she stole from the people of Jamaica, why not? The Prime Minister is at the court doorway, rolling and wallowing to secure his ill-gotten wealth. Colin. The Prime Minister is in court fighting to protect his ill-gotten wealth, fighting to struck out the corruption, Section 14, subsection 5 of the Corruption Prevention Act that establish illicit enrichment. I don't know, the Prime Minister don't like to hear the word. The Prime Minister of the Labour Party don't like to hear the word illicit enrichment. Them go bizarre and crazy and finky all over the place. Real sweet, Joan Bailey. How are you doing? But nothing in this government is not making sense anymore. Nothing really not making sense anymore, because when the Prime Minister can get up and tell the nation qualification don't matter for a cabinet position, all you need to do is to be a disciple. That is where you realize your country is going in a horrible wrong direction. Well, Andrew, court start the 7th of November. So it start next week. The court will start here arguments in Andrew case the 7th. So let's see if the court think there's an argument there to wallow through the court system, or the court is going to throw it out or whatever. I'm only hoping so, Michael. I'm only hoping that Paul Patmore can take the seat home. Well, I mean, for Nigel's seat, you know, say that is one of the Labour stronghold where them lend to Nigel, and now them a take it up, them a take it back. As something that I wholly disagree with in our politics, the hereditary politics need to be cut out our system. The system of politician passing down seat to them son and them daughter, it's for cut out and done with now. That's why the people of Jamaica has not been served. Look what Pernell Charles left with 2 daughters. 2 daughters. And out of Pernell Charles, 2 daughters. Them don't make one, but the country is laggard with them.
The 2 daughters of Pernell Charles. Uno 2 is on a campaign for mash up the party because you not endorse some jankro who no mean the party no good and if you stop it.
Geneva, if I'm in Geneva attack, I beg on a don't block Geneva. Leave Geneva. Leave Geneva. I mean attack Geneva. Answer the Geneva. Answer the. I'm not rub you out. Just answer for me attack. Geneva. Just answer for me attack. But not trouble you. I promise you. You have a free space for quarrel with me tonight, Geneva. Me not trouble you, Geneva. Geneva, me not trouble you. I mean, I thought Geneva. I mean, you say sound sick and stupid. Come on, Geneva. Why are you hiding? Call out, Geneva. Call out, Geneva. Call out, Geneva. Are you hiding? I mean, you know, can't fling one stone and run behind the wall. I don't agree with those type of finangles. You cannot fling one stone and draw your head back, Geneva. Who is it you're talking to, Geneva? Do you want to come and flash out this tin of mackerel over here, Geneva? I thought not, is it? Because when I labor right, when I love lick and run, when I love lick and grow on corner, but come up in my face, Geneva. Geneva, run come up in my long tongue. Run come, Geneva. Run come up in my long tongue tonight. Because when I love feel lick and run grow on corner. No labor right, not turn up fight out things. When I love to come on my platform, come lick and run go on corner. Why are you hiding, Geneva? Anyway. Geneva coward just like the rest of them. Simple girl. Good evening. Matthew Samuda, Dalwymple, Warrell Reed. Bring back Warrell. It won't make a blind difference. There's enough teeth there at the moment. Andrew is there. His wife is there. There's other illicit members there. Come on now. Warrell won't be anything strange. We already know so Warrell a thief. Kim is there. Nigel just gone with, you hear what Nigel said? My heart is full. Nigel never say a word about him belly or him pocket, you know. Nigel never utter a word about him belly or him pocket. Him say him heart full though. And we saw Nigel this morning jetting off to New York. Jetting off to New York after robbing your country and left your country bankrupt, left Bolt and other investors crying, and left the Jamaica Labour Party under a cloud of Finsack lies. All you have to do, it is very serious, you know. When you hear the Prime Minister say, being a disciple, Jeanette Riley, is what really matters, Norman Ferguson. Being a disciple, that is serious. That is serious for a country. Because Warrell Reed is a disciple. It means that Warrell Reed can come back. Say Andrew just sent out 15 people with placard go demonstrate, say we want Marissa. We want Marissa. And the next day, Marissa was back by popular demand. It doesn't matter if Marissa will be convicted by the court or not. I mean, I know if the highly paid judges wink off their friend Marissa, who has been in the legal circle forever. So highly possible whichever judge a try Marissa Dalwymple case, them have some form of connection already. Somebody sympathetic to Marissa Dalrymple Filbert. It's not looking good for the country. It hasn't been looking good for a while. But the more decision the Prime Minister make, the more the country falls off the handle. Our country is not going anywhere. The fact that we cannot put qualified people in positions to run the country, it means the country is not going anywhere. It's a free fall. In it, Matthew? Now, in the murder trial, Pika record shows the JDF witness. I wonder what's happening, Andrew, Antoinette, Wims Gorman. Wanna hide because the witness is back in the country, as Speaker record suggests. What are you all hiding? When Nigel Clark gone without solve Keith Clark's murder? I wonder if Nigel Clark is going to hold it over your head while being in the driving seat at the IMF. Take more loan, Jamaica. Take more loan. It's only so we can get for friggin' up big time. Just take as much loan as one can. All good and well for Jamaica going digital. The Prime Minister did tell us some time ago, no, make you some prepare to get rid of money because them sin thing, yeah, will be a thing of the past. We're going done with money and we're going to do digital and all that. But Prime Minister, how can we trust you and the national commercial bank with digitization? Because with the digitization in a Prime Minister, you can hold we down and dip in our pocket at will, turn off with money if we not play no game, and all sort of malarkey you can do with this galangin. But the Uber galangin Prime Minister ring a bell, say Rona Leachin deso, I be a chicken and crookery ground round there as usual. Because say, those of us in the Midwest here who use Uber know say once you use Uber, your money is being deducted from your account. Sometimes quicker, but within 24 hours. Most of the time, quicker than that. Sometimes immediately as you book the cab, the Uber, and the Uber turn up, the money is deducted from your account. Now, NCB, as it turn out, now do the thing properly, or them set up digitally properly, because them seem to be collecting a whole lump sum of money from people at one time. Sometimes for rides, for Uber rides that they have months ago. So it means the system wanna enforce power, it now work for uno. Several customers of NCB have expressed deep concern after being hit with charges for Uber rides all at once. Disgruntled customers have taken to social media platforms, particularly X, formerly Twitter, to detail shocking expenses in being blindsided by deductions for trips they took months ago. which have now collectively been withdrawn in one go. This is not good, because you take a Uber ride today, or you take a Uber ride for a couple times for the month, and you think those money is being deducted from your account per use. But you then find out that NCB system sit down and count up it over a few months period or whatever, and then lump you with one bill. Andrew Holness, speak to your digitalized people, them where digitalized Jamaica for you. This is not how it's done. When you take Uber, you pay for the Uber per trip, not accumulatively. When you take Uber, that means saying, when Leachin collect those money, Leachin not collecting the money from your account and then him collect it at one go. How long after that Leachin Uber drivers have to wait to get them payment? I don't understand. Maybe the transport people them or whoever do the licenses or whatever of this thing to explain how it works and solve the technical difficulty, because this is not normally what happens. Every Uber ride you take, you pay individually for that ride, and the money is being deducted from your account within hours. So to see NCB sit down on their hands, not doing anything, so that means the Uber driver them also have to sit down for months and wait upon them money. That's not how the Uber system works. You have instant access to your money. So however that system is being set, it needs to be redone, because it's not good for the Uber drivers, and it is certainly not good for customers either. But then again, everything we're happening in our country is a pop me down scenario. You just got to look at the way the cabinet positions are going. If you're lucky for the prime minister, okay, you will get a space. Hold on, not you. Where did I put the animal Bobby? I'm sure. Did I not put Bobby Montague on here? I thought I did. But, oh no. I thought I put the thief on here. But what me notice, my people, Andrew Holness, since the statutory declaration come out, Andrew Holness is on a rant trying to fool the people, making some big grand announcement, throwing money here and there. Throwing money here and there. Nothing we're going in your government, Prime Minister. It's not real. And honestly, it's confusing at times to follow what's really going on with the Prime Minister. But the Prime Minister keep coming out and dashing out big things. Me I go build airport yaso. Me I go expand airport yaso. Then Bobby Montague come in and what Bobby Montague say, hold on. We're going to do 15 billion yaso. Let me look what the thieves say. Member of Parliament for St. Mary's, Western, Robert Montague is poising a $15 billion program to be rolled out evenly across constituencies for the upliftment of the poor and vulnerable. 15 billion. So that means that each constituency can get $1 billion and mush. And so you go. Remember, some done, you know. 14. No, sorry. And a parish is a fool. Top talky like parish. Hold on. No, divide this by 63, you dunce. So 15 billion divided by 63 constituency. How much each constituency is going to end up with? Anybody can do the maths, so I know so I can't count past 10. But billion. So Lord Jesus, Andrew full of name, you know. This your program named Share. Remember, say you know, you have Spear and Spark, and now we end up with Share. Share, oh, Share. Montague Pies 15 billion share program to benefit the poor. Spark, spare, and share. What is it with the S's? What is it with the S's? Spark, spare, and share. This Prime Minister go kill me with acronym and whatever it is. Spark, spare, and share. What we are waiting for, Prime Minister, is for you to come with more. Because you just go off on the tangent and you just create anything. Spark program. And now we have a share program. How you fi share with we, Prime Minister? You not share equally with the dunce them in a parliament, because if you share equally with them, you couldn't take up the Ministry of Education, get any other dunce today. So that means that you will not share. It's only about you and your disciples. This is not looking good for our country. It's really not looking good. Spare, sparks, and share. I wonder when we will ever see anything tangible out of spare, spark, and share. I wonder if you're going to find another S. This sound like sex, sea, and sun. The triple S's. But the Prime Minister create for him own triple S. Spare, share, and spark. Make yourself come with the other one, because we know you have more for make up come with. Because this is a make it up and run with it government. But all in all, we have to celebrate you. A long time we not hear truth out of your mouth. And the fact, the woodshed, what we call us, the fact that you could come out today and tell we say, qualification and resume don't matter. We fi celebrate you for the truth where you talk. Because when you tell the lie, We hold you and we drag you a cotton tree over it. So when you talk truth, one must say, well done for being honest, Prime Minister. It might not be what we want to hear. It might not be what a professional, a leader of a country should utter out of their mouth. But you say it and you mean it. So, if you say thanks for talking the truth, because since the Integrity Commission, the Prime Minister said, well, kind of roll out money here, there, and everywhere. Will we ever see those money being spent, though, Prime Minister? Do you think so? Or you think the money will just continue to go up in smoke and we don't see where all of these money spent for? Dana Dixon, we don't trust you. We don't trust you, Dana Dixon, from you come. You've been rolling over to suit the Prime Minister. And it is not a good look. It's really not. It's not a good look. Our country is being led blindly. Jamaica is being led blindly. The Prime Minister said we don't need qualification to run a country. We do not need qualification to run a country. The country is being run blindly. And don't forget, we're still a beg. We've up to £300 of the 600 target we're asking your assistance for to repurchase our StreamYard program. Come on, globalists. So no must can do me better than that. 4 people, globalists, took us to £300. I mean, if all I know where they get £1 pound or £5 pound or $5 or $2 it's a lot, you know. You know, we come out here every day and we put in the work for, you know. I mean, the support matters. Broadcasting costs us a lot, you know. If you're paying for StreamYard in the American money, you pay $800. Over here, we paid $600. We have to purchase thing like, what you call it? What I want to know what we do with graphics them in a call us Canva, different type of graphics software that we have to pay for so we can use them professionally to bring you the end result we do. So yes, Canva. So it's not really a cheap way. Broadcasting is not really cheap. We have to pay on the back end here to access softwares in order to bring you the program that we do. So support us so we can repurchase our broadcasting package on StreamYard. As I said, we're halfway there. 4 people have donated to us already. Raymond, Benessa, Cody, Violet, Eugene. And that took us halfway to our target. We've collected £300 already. I'm sure if everybody do a mickle to muckle, we will get there in short order. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. I mean, the appointment is not strange. What is strange is because they hand education to Dana as well. But I think pretty much everybody was expecting Andrew to name himself. However, Favor Williams was one of the names that has been in the mix from the get-go. So this is not surprising in any way, but as we now understand it, our country is being run by a bunch of inexperienced people. Taking Matthew Samuda out of the Senate, telling us, lying to us that he resigned a week before you announce it to us, run a by-election immediately, install him in the House of Representatives, and then you turn around and give him at the same cabinet position he was doing in the Senate. None of those make sense. But anyway, it's the Prime Minister. Thank you all very much, both on YouTube and TikTok, for your support. Join us back here tomorrow morning. Hopefully by then, Favor can settle in and can come tell me what she is going to. No, she not going to tell me what she going to do. She going to just follow Andrew's slavishly policy. Matthew is not a star, but he is a loyal. Obviously, Matthew has always been a loyalist to Andrew from even when Andrew and Ardley Shaw in a them battle. He has always been one of Andrew loyalists. Another way to explain this whole thing. Marsha Simmet got that seat as a repayment to recoup her father's money because her father was one of Andrew Holness' support and donated a lot of money. Could it be that Marsha walked back our father money, or Ernest Smith dead them not think them owe him any favors anymore, and them have to bring in Matthew in order for Matthew make a little bit of money, because you don't make money when you're over the Senate, you know. You have to come over the representative, come thief to make a money, because that's where you get government contract and the whole of them something there. Well, I mean, him with a cabinet position, him will make little money there, so. But you don't have the government contract, the constituency development fund. You have access to a lot more money being a member of the House of Representatives as opposed to being in the Senate. Could it be that Andrew knows, you know what, Marsha? We now go in the next term, and Matthew Samuda has to make back some of him money before we lose the reins of government. But you see what happened to Smoother. He got a load. This was why I've always said, Lachlan, that I think the People's National Party should have really contested that by-election, Patrick Evans, because Matthew Samuda, even with the vote buying, it didn't shun through, because I was communicating with people on the ground. Up until like 1, 2 o'clock, nobody never vote. Is when the big wigs them turn up a St. Anne's and start buy votes in the evening. That's when people run to a polling station, go give him the few vote. So let's see where it goes. Let's see if, and we possibly bring Patmore. We probably bring Paul Patmore on for an interview sometime next week or the week after, because I'm sure it will be a bitter contest between Morris-Dixon, Filbert, the criminal, and the businessman, Paul Patmore, who is very loved in South Trelawney. So let's see if how this is all going to play out, but I think Patmore have a very good chance of moving up the crook, Marissa Dalrymple Filbert. It is saying so much about the Labour Party because they don't have a replacement to replace Marissa in a South Chilani. So them have to draw back for Marissa with the dry blood all over her. Did you remember, though, Prime Minister, that it was Marissa Dalrymple Filbert who killed one of our cows? We remember her, you know. The dry blood, Prime Minister, the dry blood is still on Marissa Dalrymple Filbert. You could have washed him down with jays. You could have washed him down with vinegar and lime, Prime Minister. It's Marissa Dalrymple Filbert. As long as we look at Marissa, we see the cow blood. Similar with Worrell and the whole of them. They're all tainted with cow blood, Prime Minister. Just like you're at the pool of the court's doorway, wallowing, Prime Minister, to wash those dry bloods off you. Prime Minister, we can look through you and we can see the dry blood. But let's see where it goes from here. You claim so you've got your hands on it. We know it's not true. If Faval has done so bad in education, think about where your economy is going, my people. Just think about where your economy is going. And remember, continue to donate. As soon as we reach the £600, we'll let you know we're halfway there already. Thank you very much. And good night from the Global Television Group, where we don't have to have experience to broadcast. We just have to love chat too much. Thank you. And good night from the Global Television Group.